Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 6 a.m. Welcome to the early dew. I am the messenger. We're reading Leviticus chapter 8. That is Leviticus chapter 8, verse 1. And the Lord said to Moses, take Aaron and his sons with him, and the garments, and the anointing oil, and the bull of the sin offering, and the 2 rams, and the basket of unleavened bread. And assemble all the congregation at the door of the tent of meeting. Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and the congregation was assembled at the door of the tent of meeting. Moses told the congregation, this is what the Lord has commanded to be done. Moses brought Aaron and his sons and washed them with water, and put on Aaron the long undertunic, girded him with the long sash, clothed him with the robe, put the ephod and upper vestment upon him, and girded him with the skillfully woven cords attached to the ephod, binding it to him. And Moses put upon Aaron the breastplate. Also he put in the breastplate the Urim and the Thummim, that's Thummim, which in parentheses of the Amplified Version, it says, articles upon which the high priest put on his hand when seeking the divine will concerning the nation. Let me read that again. The Urim and the Thummim are the articles upon which the high priest put on his hand when seeking the divine will concerning the nation. Verse 9. And he put the turban or mitre on his head, on it in front. And Moses put the shining gold plate, the holy diadem, as the Lord commanded him. And Moses took the anointing oil and anointed the tabernacle and all that was in it, and consecrated them. And he sprinkled some of the oil on the altar 7 times, and anointed the altar and all its utensils, and the laver and its base, to consecrate them 7 times. That's a key number for the Most High, for the Lord. Verse 12. And he poured some of the anointing oil upon Aaron's head, and anointed him and consecrated him. And Moses brought Aaron's sons and put under tunics on them, and girded them with sashes, and wound turbans on them, as the Lord commanded Moses. Then he brought the bull of the sin offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on their head of the bull of the sin offering. Moses killed it, and took the blood and put it on the horns of the altar round about with his finger, and poured the blood at the base of the altar, and purified and consecrated the altar to make atonement for it. He took all the fat that was on the entrails, and the lobe of the liver, and the 2 kidneys with their fat, and Moses burned them on the altar. But the bull, the sin offering, and its hide, its flesh, its dung, he burned with the fire outside the camp, as the Lord commanded Moses. He bought the ram for the burnt offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the ram, and Moses killed it, and dashed the blood upon the altar round about. He cut the ram into pieces, and Moses burned the head, the pieces, and the fat. And he washed the entrails and the legs in the water. Then Moses burned the whole ram on the altar. It was a burnt sacrifice for a sweet and satisfying fragrance, an offering made by fire to the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he brought the other ram, the ram of consecration and ordination, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram. And Moses killed it, and took some of its blood, and put it on the tip of Aaron's right ear, and on the thumb of Aaron's right hand, and on the great toe of his right foot. And he brought Aaron's sons, and Moses put some of the blood on the tips of their right ears, and the thumbs of their right hands, and the great toe of their right feet. And Moses dashed the blood upon the altar round about. And he took the fat tail, and all the fat that was on the entrails, and the lobe of the liver, and the two kidneys and their fat, and the right thigh. And out of the basket of unleavened bread that was before the Lord, and one wafer, and put them on the fat and on the right thigh. And he put all these in Aaron's hands and his son's hands, and waved them for a wave offering before the Lord. And Moses took these things from their hands and burned them on the altar with the burnt offering as an ordination offering for a sweet and satisfying fragrance, an offering made by fire to the Lord. Verse 29. And Moses took the breast and waved it for a wave offering before the Lord, for the ram of consecration and ordination. It was Moses' portion, as the Lord commanded Moses. And Moses took some of the anointed oil and some of the blood which was on the altar, and sprinkled on Aaron and his garments, and upon his sons and their garments also. So Moses consecrated Aaron and his garments, and his sons garments. And Moses said to Aaron and his sons, boil the flesh at the door of the tent of meeting, and there eat it with the bread that is in the basket of the consecration and ordination, as I commanded, saying, Aaron and his sons shall eat it. And what remains of the flesh of the bread you shall burn with fire. You shall not go out of the door of the tent of meeting for 7 days, until the days of your consecration and ordination are ended. For it will take 7 days to consecrate you and ordain you, as has been done this day. So the Lord commanded to do for your atonement. Now he's talking to the priests. At the door of the tent of meeting, you shall remain day and night for 7 days, doing what the Lord has charged you to do, that you die not, for so I am commanded. So Aaron and his sons, they did all the things which the Lord commanded through Moses. And I asked the Most High, I said, Most High, what is this about? And he explained very plainly. He said, I'm very peculiar. I'm very strategic, very, forgot the word. There's certain things that he does and he wanted done a correct way. And so he said, that's why I said they had to do it as I commanded. And these chapters give us a mind of how the Most High is. We see the number 7 is important to him. We see the right side, the right ears, and the right toe, and the right thigh is important to him. There are many things, and we understand that this is sweet and satisfying to him. So ask him, read it. He'll give you some more insight on what this is about. But these are his words. They're not my words. They're not some words of someone else. These are what the Lord is saying. I love you. He love you. Have a great day. Peace. I love you, CC. You have a great day, huh?